Stormwood and Associates is a production of the Nerd and Tie Podcast Network. For more podcasts from actual play to true crime to witchcraft, go to nerdandtie.com or join our community on Discord by finding an invite at nerdandtie.com/discord. Stormwood and Associates stars Nick Izumi as Dee, Gen Proc as Obi, Trey Dorn as Amy, and Kyle Johnson as Liz Stormwood. Previously on Stormwood and Associates. Stormwood Field Team 623 on their very first day, while they were just beginning orientation, ended up going through some sort of gateway to another universe. As Gabo stole the Staff of Trankura. You know Gabo, well, you might not know Gabo if you didn't listen to Campaign 1 or The Meat Grinder, but he was a goblin general from another universe who had been stranded in our hero's home universe. Anyways, he took the Stone of Trankura, one of the most powerful magical items of all of history, punched a hole through realities, and our heroes decided to follow to stop him, I guess. Well, they couldn't really stop. They plunged through in their electric truck, and the Stone of Trankura smacked on the ground and cracked. Eventually, they just gave up on chasing Gabo because they had the Stone of Trankura, and right now what they're trying to do is figure out how to fix the Stone of Trankura in the hopes that they can find their way home. The team went to found a nearby city after a while, and then went into a small magical shop run by a goblin woman, where they acquired speaking stones, which will let them speak any language, effectively, small magical objects, which will get them past the fact that they don't speak any of the local languages, and were instructed that they would need to find someone who could make magical objects to fix their crystal. The goblin woman running the shop told our heroes that on the north side of town, outside of the city walls, that they would find the Elven wizard Piotr, who had a strange mustache, apparently, at the Quick Smoke Tavern. The Quick Smoke Tavern. With that in mind, our heroes have piled back into their truck, and are trying to drive there. It's very exciting. With that, as the team drives to the north end of the city, I need everyone to roll me a d10.
2.
5.
Also 2.
All right, you, Liz, rolled a 5?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. You, while you're driving, and let's see here, does Amy know? Amy also notices this, but importantly for you, Liz, you notice there's kind of a figure in a brown hooded cloak who seemed to be kind of paying attention to the truck as it was driving off as you head north into the city.
Okay.
They looked suspicious. But you
I
also
will keep an eye out for them again.
But you also couldn't make out any features because they were like wearing a shadowed hood that covered their face. All right. As you guys drive north, it's the city is pretty. I mean, it's very city-like. It's kind of this mixture of, kind of crystal punk and like this hodgepodge of medieval and kind of like crystal punk, like modern stuff that sort of would work the way your world does. Obviously, you've noticed effectively the equivalent of cars, which is why no one's absolutely freaking out at your, pickup truck as it drives through town. It does get some looks because it's obviously, unique to any of the ones that they're driving, but like no one's freaked out or anything. It's just you get people who are just kind of, amazed that there's some model of something that they hadn't seen before. As you go to the north of the city, I'm assuming D is driving?
Yep.
D, roll me a D10.
5.
All right, as you go to the north, you manage the roads are getting a little narrower. This is like, it looks like it's the older part of the city. Like the streets are narrower. Everything is one way up here. And thankfully, you can now read the road signs, so that's good.
I'll take it.
And you're not just guessing. Eventually, you guys exit the northern gates to the part of the city that's outside the wall. I need everybody to roll me a d10 again.
1.
4.
3.
Okay. All right, so...
Someone's going in dice jail.
Yeah, all right. So eventually you do spot, after kind of wandering around a little bit, you do spot a tavern that it's you spot a tavern that says Quick Smoke in the local language. And it looks pretty busy. This side of town you're not seeing as many cars. You're seeing more people on horseback and some large beasts with lots of teeth that, you wouldn't know what they're called. All the people who would know what they're called are dead from your world. The players would remember fighting one in a meat grinder, season 1. But some large kind of reptilian beasts with lots of teeth that are being ridden. It seems like everything on the northern side of town is significantly older than the southern part of town. You are able to find parking.
Okie dokie. Great. All right, I guess I'm gonna pull us over.
Well, okay.
Yeah?
Yeah? So it's the fucking tavern. So what's the plan?
I don't look at me. I'm...
I was speaking generally. Liz, what's
We go
the
in
plan?
and we see what we can, see and try to find out who can help us.
We're looking for a guy with a crazy mustache.
Everybody roll me a d10.
3.
9.
9.
All right. As Obi says this very confidently, you guys look out the window. This is a pretty busy part of town. There are a bunch of elves walking around. This looks like a more elven part of the city. About half the guys you see walking around have really manicured mustaches.
Oh, beans.
You haven't noticed that, Obi.
Oh.
You're very self-satisfied that you know what to look for.
Mm-hmm.
Well, kiddo, you did remember an important detail. That matters.
Yep.
Great. Just fucking great.
All right, so everyone has weird mustaches.
Oh,
Good to know.
That guy's mustache is pretty normal, and that guy doesn't have a mustache.
We probably should have found out if it was weird or just weird by their standards.
It was also a description given by a goblin. Do goblins have the same standards as elves as to what constitutes weird in this world?
I don't know. Shit.
I mean, let's be fair. We are going off of the word of a shopkeeper we met for 5 minutes who overcharged us for translation stones and also was fully aware that Liz was a human and they eat humans in this world. Like, it's just I'm not saying we're doing the wrong thing. We're doing the best thing we can to our, knowledge, but let's just recognize that we are picking the best out of a lot of bad options here.
I get it. Just, geez, I already did a shit job trying to fit in with the elves on our world. I don't think I'm going to do much better here. Oh, boy.
I could go ask.
No, you're staying out here
Why?
because you're a child.
Oh.
Fine.
I don't know. What's the drinking age in this world?
Yeah, we don't know.
Well, there's one way for sure to find out. I'm going to go in, and if I come out blitzed, we'll have an idea of what the drinking age is.
That doesn't work.
I don't think you're the same age as me.
I know, kiddo, but I don't need to get you blitzed. I need to get me blitzed.
I'm fine sending the elf in first. We're in an elven neighborhood. Literally everyone we see on the street is an elf.
Okay. Well, the guy's name is Piotr.
All right. Let's go see if we can meet Piotr.
Are the rest of us sitting out here, or...
No, I'm going in.
Okay. I'm going in.
Well, can't I go in then too?
Yeah, is it safer to leave the kid in the car? Or bring him in? Like, it's either we're leaving him alone and on his own...
You're absolutely right. You should stay out with him.
I'm not doing that.
If anything, Liz, you should stay out here with me, because...
You're the only one who's a purebred, completely human. Like,
you're in the most danger.
You're the one that they can tell.
Well, I have to go in because we're in Elf City.
Let's just all go in.
Fine, we're all going in.
Yay!
All right, so the four of you step out of the pickup and walk the half a block to the tavern. Everybody roll me a d10.
5.
3.
1.
Find a good dice.
All right, so Liz, about half a block away, you think you might see the same hooded figure you saw back in the city, but they disappear out of sight really quickly.
Okay, I think someone's following us.
Ooh.
What makes you think someone's following us?
I saw a hooded figure twice, and they seem suspicious. They seem like they're looking at us, and I've seen them twice now, and I'm pretty sure it's the same person.
Maybe hoods are fashionable here.
Literally,
Yes, hoods are fashionable here, but I'm pretty sure it's the same person.
Amy literally points at her hood and the hood you're wearing as you're both attempting to hide your non-elven ears. I mean,
Yes, but it seems like it's the same person.
okay. Then we should keep an eye out, I guess?
Yes.
Okay. I think she's losing it. Whatever you say, boss. Maybe just gives a look
Well.
to D.
Whatever. There's probably some. Maybe it is the same person. Maybe it's a completely different person. Who knows? This better not be saying all elves look alike. Hate that shit.
I'm gonna go up to Liz and like pat her on the arm and be like, "Don't worry, I'll protect you."
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right. So, 4 adventurers enter a tavern. Woo! Sorry.
Whee!
We finally did it.
We finally did it, guys! Over 130 episodes, we got our heroes walking into a tavern.
All right, that's it. Show's over.
Ah!
We made it.
All right, so you walk into the large wooden doors of the Quick Smoke Tavern. This place is big. There is a bard, looks like he just finished a set and is walking off a stage as a large crowd of elves are, drinking, eating. This is the large number of tables and a large wooden bar is on the right side of the establishment. The bartender is an elven woman with red hair, and it's just a large mixture of elves of varying economic strata. This is a very popular place for people to unwind after work, and it is just after work ended, apparently. Various wait staff wander through the place, and it's a very busy tavern. Everybody roll me a d10.
1.
4.
Y'all don't. Yeah, it's just a lot of people here, man. Amy rolled a 2, so I can't even like.
Oh boy. All right. I wonder. Ah, shit. I wonder what currency they even accept here.
It was Ruth Marks. The goblin lady explicitly said the currency was called Ruth Marks.
Oh.
We-
Good ear. You,
Had a whole conversation about this.
I'm sorry that it wasn't one of the things that I was that fixated on.
It's like 20 minutes ago. All right.
It's, I'm trying to drive us places safely. Come on.
I would like to walk up to the bartender
Okay.
and directly ask her like, "Hey, have you seen is Piotr around? Do you know Piotr? I'm looking for Piotr."
The woman looks at you and just, how old are you, kid?
12. He's got a big, like, I hope I'm not in trouble smile on his face.
Is there an adult with you?
I look back at my group.
All right, so so the bartender looks back at we've got two hooded figures and D, and I want roll Liz D, and I'm gonna also roll for Amy. Everybody roll me a D10.
7.
Six.
6. Okay, well, luckily Amy rolled a 9. You look responsible enough. Okay. So you're looking for Piotr.
Yeah.
You are looking for Piotr.
Yeah.
She looks vaguely concerned.
It's just for a school project.
Sorry. I've got a COVID. Okay, the wheels of how this person would respond to that sentence, or I'm trying to. Okay. Okay. You want to talk to Piotr for a school project?
Yeah. Oh.
What
This
kind
isn't
of
gonna go
project,
well.
sweetie?
Well, I gotta do a report on like the history of magic.
And you want to talk to Piotr?
Yeah, because I thought he knows magic.
He does. He does.
Can I see this going down?
Absolutely.
Ah, shit.
You're like 10 feet away. Like there's.
Yeah, but I see the kid at a bar. I'm not.
No, but you can hear this.
Oh, okay.
Kid, I'm a little concerned that Piotr might not be the kind of person that a kid like you should interact with.
How about a lady like me then?
Okay, hi.
Hi.
What's your connection to the kid exactly?
Oh, I've been helping take care of a little squirt for a while.
Yeah.
He's a little rambunctious, aren't you, you little shit?
Out of like what, one of the murder blood households or something? These guys.
Yeah, you know how it is. These
I did nanny work when I was younger. I understand. Do you know anything about this Piotr guy? Like, I mean, I know I've met Piotr. Like, I don't think it's not the kind of person that, like, I don't want you to get fired over this sort of thing.
Look,
If this kid's parents, like, found out you were introducing him to that kind of person, it might get you in big trouble.
look, I've got business, Piotr. I know it's. I think the kid just didn't want to get me in trouble. Where can we find him?
I mean, he's back in the corner over there where he usually is with the two goblins.
Cool.
If
Is there anything I should know before I head over there?
yeah, don't let him get near your wallet.
Good to know. Can I see Piotr?
Yeah. Once she points him out, like, you guys just failed this role so poorly when you walked into the bar. He is like, there's this tall blonde elf with a ridiculous like, everyone has fancy this guy's mustache like goes like a good 6 or 7 inches off to each side of his face. Like, it was not a bad description that the kid had. Like, in this room,
What the
where waxed and curled mustaches and like ornate facial hair appears to be very common, this guy puts in the work.
As soon as like we all notice him, I like look back at everyone and giving him this look like I told you so.
What is growing out of his face?
Yeah, I don't ask questions. Well, he's back over there. Good
Did
luck
he
to you.
glue a squirrel to his face?
What's this?
Never mind. Never
I
mind.
start dragging D away. Come on, let's go.
All right, so you guys cross the bar, and sitting at a table in the corner is Piotr, and flanked by a goblin on each side. The goblins are, dressed kind of casually. They're not in like armor or anything, but each one has a short sword attached at their hip. And it does seem interesting that Piotr appears to be an elf with goblins answering to him. Like, these two goblins are clearly like working for him.
Huh. Well, I mean, I guess that's unusual, right? You guys are seeing that looks kind of unusual?
It looks like most of the, like, I've had the impression that, like from reading the notes that we got back from like the San Ricardo team, like their interactions with these people, that like there's a hierarchy where like goblins are above orcs and who are above elves socially here.
Weird.
Yeah.
Cool, but weird.
Yeah.
Except not cool. I'm not really big on arbitrary hierarchies, but, shit. All right.
Yeah, it's Piotr is lounging like in the corner with his arms up in a very kind of cocky position, leaning back in his chair. He's smoking a cigar and has there are several empty glasses of several empty pints on the table, and there's a half-drunken one in front of him, but neither of the goblins appear to be drinking.
D looks around, wanders over. Well, hello, gentlemen.
Hello, milady.
Wow, you guys look like you're having a party. Mind if I slide in?
Pull up a chair. What is everybody else doing as D walks up?
I think Obi is like hanging back. Like he's excited to like meet a bad guy. But but that's kind of tempered with like what the lady was saying, like, hey, you don't want to meet him, and he's like, but I kind of do, but he's kind of in this like, I don't know. So he's hanging back for the moment, just like.
Liz is getting nearby. She has been told that this guy is maybe okay, but doesn't know about these goblins, so she doesn't want to reveal herself right now.
What can I do for you? He's making direct eye contact with you, D.
Okay, that's off-putting, but I decide to, also meet Piotr in the staring contest of sorts. So,
Can I offer you a drink?
oh, absolutely.
He snaps his fingers, and a waitress comes over. Whatever the lady desires. The waitress, who looks very tired, just looks at you.
Get whatever's popular today.
There are many things popular today. Just, do you want an ale? Do you want...
You know what? What's your best ale?
We have one kind of ale. It is ale.
All right, then I want that one.
Okay. She wanders off. Now, why do I have the pleasure of your company? What can Piotr do for you, milady?
Well, Piotr, myself and some friends we're not from around here, and we're a little bit stuck.
Stuck, you say?
Very.
Then your
We'd
misfortune,
really like to get somewhere else.
Then your misfortune is my great fortune, because I get to spend my time with you. I'm so sorry for your predicament, though.
I know.
The waitress comes over with a pint of ale for you. Rolls her eyes and leaves. She rolls her eyes at Piotr, not at you.
D takes a long swig.
Roll me a d10.
5.
Okay. Good to know. All right. It's not great. It's not the worst thing you've tasted, but this is like the Coors Banquet of tavern ales.
Huh. Wow, do you guys choose to drink here?
My dear, I am an elf. This is the oldest elven tavern in the city. It would be disloyal for me not to give it my business, as I am a friend to all elves.
Ah, well then, as an elf in need, I need to know what you know about, let's say, hopping between worlds.
I can't say that I know terribly much about it besides that, I mean, what our great Lord does in his goal to save all worlds from the tyranny of the light, he has... Legend says that he crosses between worlds to spread our empire further. Those of us who are just mere citizens, we don't go crossing with them. But I have heard stories from our elven brothers who have served in the great households across time and space as the glittering Lord of the night sky has brought his ways across the worlds. I will confess, I have never myself crossed across one of these pathways into any of the Grey Havens. But...
But you know it's doable.
Oh, absolutely. One would just require a magical device designed to open up that kind of gateway. Yes.
Very nice.
And sometimes, and this is a rumor, I have not confirmed this to be true, but at least one time, a gateway has opened from the other end. And it's been said that the Great Ambassador crossed through one of those gateways and never returned. Also supposed to be and this is, we're supposed to believe that he was lost in some skirmish on the Eastern Plains, but with the rebels, but trust me, I do not buy it for a second. But General Montanalto Grisne Ataka Voluntoso Grobengabo, he left and went to, the rumor is that he tried to overthrow the ambassador when they went through that gateway. It's... Oh, if he ever shows his face again, it is not going to go well for that man.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Let's
well,
say theoretically.
That's his... I can't say for certain. He'd have to prove quite the case to talk his way out of that one.
Let's say, theoretically, then, that, I don't know, a couple of people from out of this world ran into a turd weasel named Gabo, and he got them stuck here in a place that isn't their home. Would there be anything in it for these stranded people to turn him into some sort of authorities?
I mean, if they weren't citizens of the Dark Lord, I don't think it would do them any good, no.
Good to know. Not that I would know anything about turd weasels getting me stuck in another dimension.
Yes. Everybody roll me a d10.
8.
8.
10.
All right, all of you notice that by the door there is a hooded figure in brown robes that all of you just manage to like turn and like make eye contact with, and they just like dart right out the door. Like they look terrified that they've been spotted and run out.
I like meet eyes with Amy and make an I told you face.
Obi does some very discreet finger guns.
Piotr, do you know that hooded dude?
I have no idea. The taste is pretty terrible, though.
Yeah, shitty hood. I'm with you.
Anyways, why are you asking about crossing worlds? I am known for being able to acquire things and repair things, but I don't necessarily have the specific tools to cross between worlds myself.
Well, let's just say I know some folks are in the market for a tool that could be used to cross worlds.
Oh my
because
God.
they don't want to.
Oh my God. Amy is just like, Amy walks up to the table. Look, we have a magical thing. It's broken. Can you fix it? Stormwood & Associates is a production of Nerd and Tie. You can find more information at nerdandtie.com/Stormwood. You can also find us on social media at Nerd and Tie on Twitter, nerdandtie.tumblr.com, and facebook.com/nerdandtie. This podcast can be subscribed to on anywhere that major podcasts are found: iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, and quite a few other places, and anywhere that takes an RSS feed as well. Hey, while you're still here, let me tell you about another podcast on the Nerd and Tie Network, and that's Let's Be Legendary. Let's Be Legendary, the Feywild West, is a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons actual play game, so an actual play game like this one, but in a system people actually use in the real world. Set in a homebrew Wild West steampunk world, the Feywild West follows two people discovering what it means to be in a relationship, all the while seeking revenge and learning the truth of their pasts. Let's Be Legendary podcast is an LGBTQ+ podcast with both main and minor characters, as well as players falling under the queer blanket. A heavy RP game with a focus on story and characters. And you can hear it every week here on the Nerd and Tie Network, and you can find all of their subscription information and links at nerdandtie.com/legendary.